Shalom, Ahab, Wa, Baraka. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Waharak Wakadash, and double honors to the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers that are bringing out this 100% truth, and to the sincere Akyawa Akwa salutations. Today, we're going to go right into it with the tribe of Ephraim, honestly. And I'm from, well, really the Northern Kingdom is what I'm saying. And I'm from the Northern Kingdom, so I'm also feeling the curse is how we're going to be judged. And it tells you in the scriptures that the Northern Kingdom is going to be judged. So let me see. Let me turn some things on in here and we'll get right into it. I was thinking about, I got a flat tire again on my car, so I'm going to try and fix it so I can go out and teach a class today. See if it's going flat. What we're going to do is start at the book of Hosea. And we're going to go to chapter 5. And we're going to start from the top. And it says, "Hear ye this, O priests, and hearken, ye house of Israel." The house of Israel is the Northern Kingdom. "And give ear, O house of the king, for judgment is toward you." So let's, so judgment is towards you, okay? Because ye have been a snare on Mizpah and a net spread upon Tabar. And the revolters are profound to make slaughter. Though I have been a rebuker of them all, I know Ephraim, and Israel is not hid from me. Because we think that the Most High won't see our wrongdoings, but that's not true. "For now, O Ephraim, thou committest whoredoms, and Israel is defiled." This is all talking about the Northern Kingdom. And you guys are getting judgment right now. You literally came to the Americas, North America, just to get judgment. Just to get judgment. So, why? Verse 4, "They will not frame their doings to turn unto Yahweh." You guys won't stop living that wicked-ass lifestyle to turn unto Yahweh, to come back to this truth, to start going back to your own culture. Nope. You guys have got to be doing all kinds of wickedness. And that's right, the God you worship makes you all kinds of wicked. The gods you worship are what makes you wicked. "For the spirit of whoredoms is in the midst of them, and they have not known Yahweh." You don't know Yahweh. How could you possibly know the Most High when all you do is you go against Him in your everyday life? You show yourself to be an antichrist spirit just by the way you live your life. So that's what they mean. You have not known Yahweh. You do your whoredoms in the midst of Him. You'll worship females. Oh, she's a goddess. She deserves to be worshipped like a goddess. But that's not in the Bible. But then you guys refer to the Bible. You hold the Bible, but you don't open and read the Bible. Because if you did, you would probably, maybe, who knows, you might understand that you're going off. So they will not frame their doings to turn unto Yahweh. "For their spirit," let's get back to some more. He's just interviewing everybody, but this is what's really going on. So this is what's really happening right here. The ICE is going around, and any brown people, they're taking out of the country. So if they decide that you're an illegal immigrant, whether you be an American citizen or not, they've made a lot of mistakes. A lot of people got thrown into in between the cracks, and Husbands are missing their wives. Wives are missing their husbands. And that's also, let me get that real quick too, because and children being separated, all that is in the book of Deuteronomy as a curse also. So while this big overview, we're just going to grab everybody, just a quick snatch and grab of all the children of Israel that came in illegally. And if we so happen to get a few of you Israelites that are here legitimately, oh well, you fell into the cracks. So let's see if they're going to take the families apart. So let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 32. And it reads, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. You guys get that? They're going to take your families apart, and you're going to watch them take your families apart, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it. And you're going to be always, when it says, thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. In other words, you're going to be looking to see if you could you're always going to be wanting to get your kids back, but you're not going to be able to. You're going to want to get your loved ones back. Let's just make it a little bit more vague. But when you lose your loved one, it's over. You see how they're doing. Let's read 33, because the Northern Kingdom, who's out there working on the fields? Who's out there working the crops? Who's doing all that stuff? Who's doing it? You know that like almost 100% of the crops in California are doomed, because there is zero immigrants out there working. That's what they did. So, verse 33, Deuteronomy 28, 33. For the fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. So you're always going to be on the bottom until you come back to the truth. And still you're going to have to suffer the curses, because we've already went off. So now, even coming back to the truth, now you're just showing that you have faith that the Most High is going to save you. But you still are going to have to suffer all this. So what does it tell you? It says, if thou comest to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Because once you come back to this truth, you think that everything's going to be hunky-dory and jolly? No, absolutely not. You're going to come back to the truth, and it's going to get even harder and worse. Because when the word is sown in your heart, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in your heart. So he's going to be working overtime to stop you from coming into the truth. Why do you think there's so many people that don't want to come to the truth? Because they see it as oppression. They don't see it as freedom. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. They don't see the freedom in it because they see more oppression. Oh my gosh, I'm already being oppressed, and now you want me to be more oppressed? No. The Most High is going to protect you, because it says, when you go over to, let me get that too, really, really, really quick. Let's get that too. Let's go to 16:11 and go to Sirach. I always bring this out, but this is like some of the most important scriptures right now that we could be studying. So Ecclesiasticus of Sirach chapter 2. And let me get rid of this. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 2. And it reads, let me go to it. Sorry, Salakia. And it reads, like I said, my son, if thou comest to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright. Because I told you, things ain't getting better. They're going to get worse before they get better. So set thy heart aright, constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. So what do? You guys make haste. You're running around. You guys never came back to Yahweh. You never knew him. That's what Hosea is trying to tell you. So I'm telling you, this is another reason why you won't come back, because when you start doing this, it says, verse 3, cleave unto him, depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So you got to stick to it and wait until the end. And then you go over to Matthew 24:13, and it says, he that endureth until the end, that same shall be saved. So it's cleave unto him, depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So we got to stick to this truth until the end, whether we're being oppressed or not. Whatever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. And patient, be cheerful, just means to have faith. You got to be faithful. You got to take this in stride. You got to have faith that the Most High is going to what? He's going to increase you at your last end. So you've got to know that there's a goal that you're working towards. But going back over to the book of Hosea. So now you understand that your families are being taken apart as a judgment, not because this is just what do they like to call it? This is how the cook. They always have little statements like, "This is how the cookie crumbles," or "That's just the nature of the beast." And it really is the nature of the beast when you think about it, is to take our people and oppress us. So let's go back to the book of Hosea. There it is, chapter 5, and verse 5. So let's start at 4 again. They will not frame their doings to turn unto Yahweh. Their spirit of whoredoms is in the midst of them. They have not known Yahweh. Do you see that? So the judgment's coming from not following the instructions. Now, we all know that we can't keep all the laws at this time, but we can definitely, we can study to show ourselves approved and show our faith through our works. And when you learn something that you know you can do, apply it to your life and keep the laws to the best of your ability according to your knowledge, of course. We all know that we can't keep the laws. So, but these people have not known Yahweh, so they don't even think of the laws at this point. There's no reason to, because they believe in all kinds of different religions, actually. I was amazed at South America. I thought they were all just Catholic, but that's absolutely not true. They have all types of different religions within their Catholic religion. And then they do a lot of stuff, a lot of idolatry. And so that's the spirit of whoredoms that's in the midst of them. Also, the worshiping false gods, but it does something to the people, because the people change the way they live and view things when they're in when they're in the spirit of whoredoms. In other words, when they're worshiping other gods, the other gods are telling you it's okay to do whatever you want. Men can be with men, women can be with women. That you can be evil. You can literally, women can teach. I mean, going through it, it's just any and everything goes when it comes to these the spirit of whoredoms. So let's move on from that. Let's go to the book. Oh wait, let me read one. Let me read one or two more. Hold on. Verse 6. They shall go with their flocks and with their herds to seek Yahweh, but they shall not find him. He hath withdrawn himself from them. Oh, I didn't get 5. I'm sorry. Salakia. So verse 5. Salakia. I'm going to start at 4 again so we can get back to the context. They will not frame their doings to turn unto Yahweh, for the spirit of whoredoms is in the midst of them, and they have not known Yahweh. And the pride of Israel doth testify to his face. Therefore shall Israel and Ephraim, that's the whole northern kingdom, therefore Israel and Ephraim shall fall into their iniquity. So they're going to get judged. And also Judah also shall fall with them. So and what's crazy is, since we've been scattered the way we have, when you see the northern kingdom you know that the judgment for Judah is coming next. So in this day and age, that's going to be all of us in America that's going to get that next, that's going to get the next judgment, because he said he's going to judge the northern kingdom, he's going to judge Israel and Judah. So get your mind right, get your spirit right, because if you don't, you're going to fall. Verse 6, they shall go with their flocks and with their herds to seek Yahweh, but they shall not find him. He hath withdrawn himself from them. And what's that verse? I did not know you. And this is Matthew 7 and 23. Let's keep it real easy. Let's go to the New Living Translation, Matthew 7 and 23, because he has withdrawn himself from them, right? So when you go to Matthew 7 and 23, it says, and this is the NLT, but I will reply, I never knew you. Get away from me, you who break Yahweh's laws. So the lawless, let's get it in the English Standard Version. And then I will declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you workers of lawlessness. So there's definitely a trend to it. You see what I'm saying? There's definitely a system. You guys have to come back to the truth, to the best of your ability, according to your knowledge. That's what this whole grace period is about. But as you can see, people are getting judged. They're getting judged everywhere. And they're getting sent. And who knows what happens to them after they get in those buses? You never know. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, and we're going to go to the point. I think it's in verse. Yeah, let's get it. This is Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 8. The Lord sent a word unto Jacob, and it hath lightened upon Israel. And all the people shall know, even Ephraim and the inhabitants of Samaria, that say in the pride and stoutness of their heart, the bricks are fallen down, but we will build with hewn stones, and sycamores are cut down, but we will change them into cedars. So therefore, verse 11, therefore Yahweh shall set up the adversaries of Rezin against him, and join his enemies together. So Ephraim thinks that they're just the way they're doing things. They think that it's like a subculture. Oh, that's done away with. Well, we're going to do it like this. We're going to do it better over here this way. We're going to do it our own way. The bricks are falling down, but we will rebuild with hewn stones. A hewn stone is a shaped brick, like a regular brick. So an unhewn stone is just a natural stone. So there's two ways to build. But anyway, let's jump around some more, because the purpose is, we know this truth. Israel knows the truth, but Israel doesn't follow the instructions. So in other words, you northern kingdom, you guys are hearing the truth. You've heard the truth. I'm part of the northern kingdom. I also have to suffer these curses along with the rest of the northern kingdom. I'm not being deported, but in my life, I know that Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai is there, because he has to touch me with the curses just like everybody else. I would feel weird if I'm supposed to be an Israelite and nothing ever happened to me. I'm like, wow, I'm not really lining up with what an Israelite is. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to be, that's just the way it is. You're going to be part of that. If you're not, then you're not part of Israel. But Ephraim, northern kingdom, they're just going completely off. They're going completely off. They never once looked to the Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. They never once considered him. Let's jump around somewhere. Let's go to the book of Amos. I've got a flat in my car. Man, and that just sucks. because I might have to do a class. I mean, I'm going to do a class, whether I'm just wondering if my flat is a slow leak or a fast leak, because I just pumped it up, and I don't know if it's because it's so hot out here that it's just taking the air out of the tires, or if I just, tires need to go to the shop, but So anyway, that's neither here nor there. I kind of want to get out to the streets, and I'm trapped at home right now. So Amos chapter 3, starting from the top. Hear this word that Yahweh hath spoken against you, O children of Israel. That's the northern kingdom. Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. That is beautiful. Can two walk together unless they be agreed? Now I just showed you, can two walk together unless they be agreed? Who departed from us? Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. He said, you're not going to follow the laws, I'm going to depart from you. So that's the two that are walking together. So now you're alone in the world. But when you're walking with Yahweh Shai, you've got somebody with you, guiding you in the truth. So all of the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. That's what I was just saying a minute ago. Like, if nothing happened to me, then I would feel like, well, then I'm not lining up to the curses. How can I get through all of this and nothing? I'm reading the Bible. That doesn't mean a damn thing. You got Nate at IUIC reading the Bible. You got Alazar, Pegasaurus, Peg-a-sore-ass. Yeah, that guy, he's reading the Bible. You got the Genesis Israelites, they read the Bible. ISUPK reads the Bible. They're all reading the Bible. So you can't say, well, I read the Bible, so I'm studying, I'm teaching. No, the curses are upon all of us. They're on all of us. So, and the reason why is because Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai had to depart from us because we couldn't follow his instructions. That means we don't agree with him. We all, at one point in our life, had an antichrist spirit. And what is that antichrist spirit? It's against Christ's examples and teachings. Super simple. It's a super simple. But okay, let's keep going. Let's jump around some more. You know what? Let's jump around some more. That was it on that. Let me keep going. Let's go back over to the book of Hosea. Chapter 7. Hosea chapter 7. And we're going to go down to the point. I think it's in... you know what? I got to read this. Let me just start at verse 8. So Hosea chapter 7, the point is in verse 10. But I'm going to start at verse 8. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. He is a cake not turned. Isn't that beautiful? So Ephraim, that's actually saying two different things at once. Ephraim has mixed himself among the people. So we told you that when we're scattered to the four quarters of the earth, we would be intermingled with the other nations. And didn't the Most High say that my heritage is like unto a speckled bird? And so, but this part right here, Ephraim is a cake not turned. So, in other words, it's burnt on one side, it's uncooked on the other. Or, it's saying, Ephraim, from all this time that you've had, you've never fucking changed. You're a cake not turned. You've never changed. You're still as wicked as the day you went off, and you never came back to the truth. That's why it's going to tell you, I did not know you. All these people are getting judged correctly and righteously. And it's a harmonious judgment because it's written in the scriptures this way. So, the verse 9, strangers have devoured his strength. That's the laws and the rules of this beast system we live by. And he knoweth it not. Why? Because you worship the God that oppresses you. That's your God, oppression. Yea, gray hairs are here and there upon him, yet he knoweth not. Verse 10, And the pride of Israel testifieth to his face. They do not return to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, nor seek him for all this. Ephraim is like a silly doe without heart. They call to Egypt, they go to Assyria. So Assyria and Egypt are both spiritually America. So watch this. And where did you guys go? You look at you guys. You're getting kicked right back out. So I want to read something to you because we got to get a precept on that. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 30. Let's get a precept. And it reads, starting from the top. Oops, that's Isaiah chapter 1. Okay, Isaiah chapter 30, starting from the top. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. So what do you guys do? and you guys, let me just read it. That walk to go down into Egypt. This is spiritual Sodom and Egypt. And have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. So remember, they opened the borders and let these guys come in, right? And then what did they do? As soon as that president was out, the new president was in, they closed the borders, and now they're kicking your asses right back out. And you guys didn't see the setup? They were doing it on purpose for a distraction. So let me read it again. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Why are you doing this to us? You said we could come here. We're hard worker. I know criminal. I know criminal. I work hard every day. No, you're an illegal alien. You gotta go. And that is crazy when you think about it, because the people that are calling the Mexicans illegal aliens, this used to be part of Mexico. So we used to be able to travel all the way down from South America all the way up to Canada. And then the Europeans came in and they placed borders on everything and said, no, this is not your land. This is our land. So we got immigrants kicking out the real people, telling them it's vice versa now. It's all flipped around. You're no longer the people. We are the people. So let's keep going. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 31. We got to get 31 also, just saying, because it really pertains to it too. So Isaiah chapter 31. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are strong. They are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. So these people are literally thinking that they can find a better life. That's that subculture spirit. I can do it better over here on my own, but never seek Yahweh. So they've got problems. Now all these people are trapped and ready to go and get put in prison. Or who knows what happens to them. I'm telling you guys, who knows what really happens to these people as soon as they get put in those buses. But anyway, let's keep reading. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words. But he will arise against the house of evildoers and against help of them that work iniquity. Do you hear that? He's going to rise against the evildoers. And all of you that help the evildoers, all of you that are joined together with them. And that's really crazy, because you do have the Northern Kingdom, like Mexicans and others, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, that are part of the immigration. So they have to take their own people and deport them. Isn't that crazy? So you guys are helping them that work iniquity. So you're all going to get judged. You're all going down. Nobody's getting away from this. Nobody's getting away. Everybody is set for judgment. And Yahweh's eyes are 10,000 times bright. Let's get that. Just in case anybody thinks that they're not being seen, Yahweh sees everything. The Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. And let's go straight to it in the Sirach 23 and 19, okay? We're going to go to, I got a couple of them here. Usually it doesn't give me Sirach. That's crazy. So let's go to the... I'm going to go to the Contemporary English Version. It doesn't show me a King James Version. That's why I'm kind of just sitting here looking. So let's go to this Contemporary English Version. It says, people like that they are not... People, you know what? Let me go to the Good News Translation. This man is only afraid of other people. He doesn't realize the eyes of Yahweh are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. That he sees everything we do, even when we try to hide it. So we're all being judged, and we're all going to receive that judgment, no matter what. Anybody thinking that they're above judgment, I can't wait to see that. So let's go back over to Isaiah and finish that precept. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but he will arise against the house of evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. So you guys helping take down so the northern kingdom's getting judged, and the oppressors are building up judgment against themselves. Let's go to verse 3. Now the Egyptians are men and not God, or Yahweh, in fact. And their horses are flesh and not spirit. When Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that hopeth shall fall down, and they shall fall together. They shall fall together. So that's beautiful. That is beautiful, because he's telling you, you're going over here to get help not only from your oppressor, but the people that actually want to hurt you. And so these people are just regular people like you. I would hate to be around these people. I'm glad that I'm not in a really major area, because this seems crazy how the things are going down. And if you protest, you could get caught up in the mix, end up in Guantanamo Bay for all you know, and then nobody ever heard of you again. And that's what's happening to a lot of these people. They're disappearing, and their families never hear from them again. Let's go over to, back over to the book of Amos, chapter 6, okay? Now, the northern kingdom's getting dealt with right now. So if you're in the southern kingdom, you should be getting pretty worried, because it's literally saying you're next. So Amos chapter 6, starting from the top. Woe to them that are at ease in Zion. Guess who's next? Guess where we're at? And trust in the mountain of Samaria, which are named chief of the nations, to whom the house of Israel came. So who is the chief of the nations right now? Right now, like where we're living, America is the chief of the nations. And Zion is actually a people, not a place that you can pinpoint on a map. So when you come to the chief of the nations, America, you see the Israelites, like so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and there's so-called white people also that are Israelites that don't know who they are. But they're all have something in common. If you're a citizen of this place, you are at ease. You literally, I can go in the house right now. What do I have? A PlayStation 5, and I can watch all the movies on TV. I got food in the refrigerator. We're not having a hard time here. It's pretty good, but it's going to come to an end. So verse 2, pass ye unto Chalna, or I don't know if I'm saying that right, Kalna, and see, and from Thence go ye to Hamath the Great. Then go down to Gath of the Philistines. Be they better than these kingdoms, or their borders greater than your border? Ye that put far away the evil day and cause the seat of violence to come near. You put away far the evil day. And we can see it right now. Look at the evil day coming. On top of that, I could change the channel right now. We can watch Israel getting bombed with missiles. We can watch Iran getting bombed with missiles. We can tell you how America has just joined the war. Getting bombed with, America's bombing Iran right now with missiles. Proud to say that they have shot down their nuclear development sites. All these people right now are protesting in the streets. We the people. So there's people that want everybody deported, and then there's people that want to not be deported. So it just really, and then this is actually going into, this is like, I guess, a Gaza protest. So what's on the TV right now? So it's all over. It's over. Everybody is going against each other. But during all of this confusion, guess what's happening? The northern kingdom is getting put down right now. They're getting super judgment. And then you go, you guys think that the day of you're putting far away the day of evil? The day of evil's here. We're living in the day of evil. And you guys are acting like, no, this isn't the days of evil, that everything's going to go back to normal. So you're causing the seat of violence to come near you because you're not acknowledging the signs and the seasons. And what is that in? That you're just like your oppressor. You're just like your oppressor. It says, hear the word which the Lord speak unto you, O house of Israel. You northern kingdom. And you guys love pagan holidays too. But listen to this. He's telling us, thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at the signs of them. Are dismayed at them. So it's telling you to not be like this system. And then what do these guys do? They come in and they want to be American. Why? America hates us. We're the most hated people on the earth right now. We're getting judged no matter what land we go in. You think that it was bad in your town? Well, now you come to America, they tricked you. You're straight trick bag. And that's in Daniel. Because this is what they did, because this is like clearly what happened. When you go down to Daniel 8:25, this is clearly what happened. Watch this. And through his policy he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace he shall destroy many. So what did they do? They opened the borders. They said everybody can come in. And then they closed them and said everybody has to get out of here right now. Everybody has to get out of here. So while that's going on, you got Trump trying to pass the big, beautiful bill. While that's going on, you got people protesting about Iran and Israel. While that's going on, you got Ukraine and Russia fighting. So it goes on and on. So this world, this whole place is about to be destroyed. But everything is done according to Scripture. So for right now, you are watching the Northern Kingdom full time get they're getting judgment from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And these guys created rules to let these people in. And the same rule is the it's the same rule. That's the thing. They make these. It's beautiful. They make these rules to destroy you. They let you in the country, and by peace shall destroy many. And now look what's going on. It's like we want to do population control and all this, man. I don't know what to say about how the government is using, what is it called, draconian measures. And it's all just to take out the Israelites. This is all to keep us quiet. So you guys got to realize that. Let's read up a little. Let's start. I want to read verse 23. Daniel 8:23, and it reads, "And in the latter times of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to a full, the king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up." That's Trump. And through his policies, all of those executive orders, he shall cause craft. I'm sorry. Verse 24. Sorry, Salakia. "And his power shall be mighty." Trump's a mighty, powerful man right now, but not by his own power. "And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people." What are you guys doing right now? You're getting destroyed. We're all getting destroyed. And it's coming for us next, and we know it. So now, when you read 25, "And through his policy he shall cause crafts to prosper in his hand, and by peace shall destroy many." So there's a whole method to the madness, man. This is all planned out. And our people are being taken down. Our people are being removed. They want to get, why did they let all of those South African people, and remember that? And they were all just happened to be Edomites. But those people are welcome to come in the country. But if you're a brown person, you've got to leave the country. Has anybody noticed that yet? Has anybody noticed that they're only taking us out? And nobody's rising up to say that specifically because nobody wants to address the real problem. They're trying to get rid of the Israelites. They're trying to destroy us, and it says that. And if he doesn't cut this time short, that they'll destroy us all. So we know that these days are going to be cut short. But like I said, everything has to be done according to Scripture. So I got a couple more precepts, and then we're going to close it down. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 7. And like I said, the Northern Kingdom, I'm part of the Northern Kingdom. We are definitely getting judged right now. But in the end, he that endure until the end, that same shall be saved. So we know we're not saved yet, but we know that we have to endure. So whatever it takes at this point, it's better to do what the scriptures say to the best of your ability according to your knowledge than to try and follow the Egyptians because you think that they're powerful and strong and they're going to save you. That's going to be your shame and your confusion. So let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 7, starting at verse 25. "Since the day that our fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, but hardened their necks, and did worse than their fathers." So when you watch what's happening, everybody has a video right now. And all of you, you Northern Kingdom too, you guys got little videos and clips, and you guys hate the truth. And now you're sitting in cages wondering, why is this happening to me? You hate the truth. You hate the teachings of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. If you follow not the instructions that were given and you're an Israelite, this curse is going to be a sign on you. So everybody's going to know who you are because I'm only going to deal with you. He said, "You have I known." So you are going to get punished. He ain't dealing with nobody else except for us. Okay? That's it. Only you have I known. I told you guys that already. So, yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ears, but hardened their necks, and did worse than their fathers. That's horrible. And let me read 27. "Therefore thou shalt speak all the words unto them, but they will not hearken unto thee. They shall also call unto them, but thou shalt also call unto them, but they will not answer thee. So you guys have turned your back. That's called a forbearer. You have rejected Yahweh. And this is what happens when you're out there crying Santa Maria and Tu Christos and Mother Mary and all this other weird shit instead of just calling upon Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai to protect you according to Scripture. No, you're going to call on anything but. And then on top of that, when you find out the name is Yahweh, you need to know that they're charging people, they're paying people, they're paying people to remove that name, to not say that name, to gaslight that name. You got to ask yourself, if that's the wrong name, why pay people to stop saying it? Sounds right to me. So I'm gonna read down a little bit. Let's start at 26 again. Yet they hearkened not unto me, nor inclined their ear, but hardened their neck. They did worse than their fathers. Therefore thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will not hearken to thee. Thou shalt call unto them, but they will not answer thee. But thou shalt say unto them, this is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, nor receiveth correction. Truth is perished and is cut off from their mouth. So you guys are pretty much what I would say doomed, because the Most High has put blindness on you that you can't hear, or you are not a part of the truth, and that's scary. So let's get that too. I'm going to get that too. So let's go to Isaiah chapter 30 and 13, because this is why you guys are getting judged right now. You refuse to accept the real teachings of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and you go to the teachings of men. So let's prove it. This is Isaiah 29:13. Wherefore Yahweh saith, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips do honor me, Santa Maria, this and that. But they're actually calling on the wrong names. But they think that they're actually honoring Yahweh. But have removed their heart far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precepts of men. So all the made up lies that they make in these religions, that's your fear of Yahweh. To do what man tells you to. That's all I know. You guys are doomed when it comes down to it. So going back over to, let me go back over to Isaiah. Chapter 7. You stop scratching. And then going back down to where we left off, I think I'm going to make sure I didn't... Isaiah. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeremiah. Salakia. It was Jeremiah chapter 7. And we're going to go back to where we left off. So, going back to 27, now we understand it. Therefore thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will hear them not. Thou shalt call unto them, but they will not answer thee. Why? Because their fear of God is taught by the precepts of men. But thou shalt say unto them, this nation that obeyeth not the voice of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, nor receiveth correction, truth is perished, and is cut off from their mouth. They believe something different. They're not worshiping. They've rejected Yahweh at this point. So, I'm going to read 29 and 30 also, because like I said, as soon as your judgments right now for us in the Northern Kingdom are being judged, and things are happening to me in my life. I'll show you guys. I'll go outside right now and show you all my fucking cars are broke down. And that's crazy. And they all just need one little part. So to me, that's judgment because I live 20 miles off the grid. So I'm trapped when I'm broke down. So, okay, so let's go back to the point. The truth has perished and is cut off from their mouth. Verse 29, cut thine air, O Jerusalem. Cut off thine air, O Jerusalem, and cast it away, and take up a lamentation on a high place. For Yahweh hath rejected and forsaken the generation of his wrath. For the children of Judah have done evil in my sight, saith the Lord. They have set up their abominations in the house which they called by my name to pollute it. And so I keep telling you, Judah's next. And guess what you guys are doing in the Christian church with all of the Baptist Christians and all that stuff? What did you guys do? You guys have set up abominations in his house. And you're calling his name, but you're polluting it. Ooh, you are doomed. So a couple more verses, and then we're out of here. And believe me, you Northern Kingdom are the worst at worshiping anything but Yahweh. And then Judah, you're next. You guys are all Baptists. You hear the truth, and you get angry. I mean, you guys want to fight when you hear the truth. I cannot believe the violence. Romans chapter 9. Let's get it. Let's start at verse 27. Romans 9 and 27, and it reads, Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel. Though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. Do you understand that? You guys, look how many, we got immigrants. We have millions of immigrants over here, and they're just taking them out. And that's not even what this is talking about. You guys are just doomed because you don't keep the laws. But the remnant that shall be saved is the people that came back to the truth. The people that, and you know what this guy says? I have no weapons. I am a good guy. I do good work. I'm a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. You see what I'm saying? You guys have to understand. That's like, you know what that reminds me of? Matthew 7 and 23. I will tell them plainly, I never knew you. I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers. Get away from me. So this guy saying I'm a good guy, but did he follow the laws? Is he keeping the truth? No. He's not doing any of that stuff. I got I want to read verse 28 too. So let's read 27 and 28 again. Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved, for he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness. Remember I told you, and that goes into, if he doesn't cut the time short, that they would kill us all. But going back to it, because a short work will the Lord make upon the earth. And then that goes into a whole other class. What is the short work he's going to make upon the earth? Well, he's judging us right now according to Scripture. Everything's falling into place. We need a few major prophecies to happen. They have to implement the MOTB. They have to. And then you can see the third woe on the horizon. That's all there is to it. Everybody needs to come back to the truth. So, one more. We're going to go to Zechariah. It looks like, let's go to Zechariah, I think, chapter 13. Oops. And we're going to go down to the point. It looks like starting at verse, I guess just the whole chapter pretty much. I'm going to start at verse 2. Might as well just read the whole thing. I'm going to start from the top. In that day, there shall be a fountain opened to the house of David and the inhabitants of Jerusalem for sin and for uncleanness. So the fountain is to clean you. That's what it's talking about. Come on. All right, let's get off of that. So the fountain is for the uncleanness and sins. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, that I will cut off the names of the idols out of the land, and they shall no more be remembered. And I will also cause the prophets and the unclean spirits to pass out of the land. And it shall come to pass that when any shall yet prophesy, then his father and his mother that begot him shall say unto him, Thou shalt not live, for thou speakest lies in the name of Yahweh. And his father and his mother that begot him shall thrust him through when he prophesied. And it shall come to pass in that day that the prophet shall be ashamed, every one of his vision, when he hath prophesied. Neither shall they wear a rough garment to deceive, but he shall say, I am no prophet, I am a husbandman, for man taught me to keep cattle from my youth. And one shall say unto him, What are these wounds in thine hands? And then he shall answer, Those with which I was wounded in the house of my friends. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, and against the men that is my fellow, saith Yahweh, Lord of hosts. Smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered, and I will turn my hand upon the little ones. And it shall come to pass that in the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but 1/3 shall be left. So we're watching right now the 2/3 that are being cut off. That's what this whole deportation is. It's showing you everybody's being judged. And we're watching the judgment live, real time. One more verse. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call upon my name, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and I will hear them, and I will say, This is my people, and they shall say, This is my Lord. So who's going to go through the fire? Who is it? The 1/3, the chosen elect. And what is that fire? So it says the fire. So let's see what the fire is. Let's go back down to Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, because I didn't even read that yet. I was saving it. So now let's get a precept on that. Let's read 4 and 5 together. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, 4 and 5. Now, I already read this earlier in 4, but let's get it. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a little estate. That is the trial. That's being tried. Now, as gold is tried in fire, let's read the next verse and confirm it. For gold is tried in the fire. That 1/3, listen to this, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Verse 6, believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercies, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Okay? So it's very important. Gold is tried in the fire. So there's going to be trials and tribulations, but when you put gold in a fire, I tell you this every time, you're burning all the impurities out of it. So what he's putting you through trials and tribulations to remove your impurities, okay? So you can be reflect his works in your daily life, and that makes you golden. Because when the goldsmith knows that the gold has been refined correctly, he'll look at the gold and he'll be able to see his reflection in the gold. So that's what I mean when you'll be reflecting his works. So he's going to look down at you and see that you're doing the right things. So With that being said, if you got eyes to see, if you got ears to hear, I want you to know one thing, that Judah's next. The southern kingdom is going to get judged next, and it's coming quick. They're already making laws, curfew laws for the black neighborhoods, because we need more policing according to Trump. Shalom.